All right, family. We black again with the general. You already know what time it is. We're gonna be talking about today. Young, black, and innocent, wrongfully convicted, finally exonerated, locking up the babies, locking up the children, locking up black children. Never had no respect for no aspect of the black family. You understand what I'm saying? Lock up the black men, the women, the elderly. They don't care. Falsely convicted. That's right. Yeah. Falsely convicted. So we most definitely, man, we got to talk about this today, man. And cause we talking about Cyrus, Carmack Belton, Carmelo Anthony, our little brother, 1 year old little brother, Cohen Wiley. Oh man, my heart is full of pain. You know what I'm saying? Where our peoples is out here being exterminated right before our eyes. We're gonna have to start a revolution, family. We're gonna have to. That's always been the answer. We can't get away from this. We can't sit back, man, and think that these people's gonna change. They're not gonna change. They're not gonna change, family. We're gonna have to start a revolution for freedom. We're gonna free our minds. We're gonna have to let go of all the pain, and all of the ignorant attributes that we have picked up since we've been in this country. We're gonna have to set ourselves free. We're gonna have to purge ourselves, man, of all that's going wrong, man, and move into a future, where our peoples, man, our children, man, can, look to the best of themselves and turn and never have to look back on the wicked past in which we done lived in this country, man, for the last 300-400 years. We got to get up out of this plant off this plantation and out of this prison. We talking about the children, man, that have been uh, you know, locked up, locking up the children. Yeah, I'm gonna keep putting these facts out here, man, because it's crazy that we don't know about all these numbers, man, of them locking our peoples up. Locking the children up, man. They locking the children up. Matter of fact, let me get them here. Yeah, and as soon as it come up, since we talking about we talking about Cyrus, we talking about Anthony, Carmelo, you know what I'm saying, both being 17, but man, that ain't even the youngest age, man. Of these wicked ass Neanderthals. We talking about, and I'm gonna keep saying, and I'm gonna break them down tomorrow. I'm gonna give some of them they own, they own uh live stream. You feel me? We talking about George Stinney, Jr. I did a video on him at age 14. Do you know they sent that young brother to the electric chair? 14 years old. Mm, 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 mm. The boy wasn't even tall enough to sit up in the chair. They had to put a book under the boy so his head could touch the damn hat with the electricity, going through it. Mm. South Carolina. Accused in 1944 of killing two young white girls. Police interrogated him along with no parents or attorney present, extracting a confession out of a 14-year-old scared little brother. Got these brutes and shit that didn't. His trial lasted less than 3 hours. His ain't that about the same? That about the same time as Carmelo Anthony. His trial lasted less than 3 hours, and an all-white jury convicted him in 10 minutes. He was executed in the electric chair later that year. Exoneration. Uh, posthumously exonerated 70 years later. In 2014, a judge threw out the conviction, ruling that Stinney's constitutional rights had been entirely violated and his confession was coerced. Coerced. Okay? 14. Devonte Sanford, age 14 in Michigan. Arrested in Detroit at age 14 for a 2007 quadruple homicide. Sanford, a developmental disabled child, was interrogated overnight without a parent or lawyer. He signed a false confession just to end the interrogation. Exoneration. He spent 9 years in maximum security prison before being at 14. Man, no, get the fuck out of here, man. I can't believe they put no 14-year-old in no damn maximum security prison before being fully. Well, if they could put a 14 in the electric chair, but goddamn, man, I thought you supposed to go somewhere. Man, I'm in a state of motherfucking confusion. Was interrogated overnight without a parent or lawyer. Spent 9 years in maximum security prison before being fully exonerated in 2016 after a hitman confessed to the murders and police misconduct was exposed. Raymond Santana and Kevin Richardson, age 14, New York, the case, members of the Central Park Five, known as the Exonerated Five. Both boys were 14 when arrested for an assault and rape in 1989. They were subject to hours of intense interrogation and gave false coerced confessions, exoneration. They spent years in youth prisons before being fully exonerated in 2002 when DNA tests and a confession from the actual attacker proved they were entirely innocent. I believe them was the five that old stinking ass Trump put money out, put an ad out in the New York Times talking about convict these young boys. Yeah, that's Donald Trump. Yeah, he was responsible. Alexander McKay Williams, age 16, Pennsylvania. The case, convicted in 1931 of murdering a school matron. He was forced into a confession by police without representation and executed at age 16. Exoneration. Officially exonerated 91 years later in 2022 after legal teams proved the state hid evidence that a white suspect actually committed the crime. So there we go. 91 years later in 2022, after legal teams proved the state hid evidence that a white suspect actually committed the crime. the National Registry of Exonerations report that 78% of exonerated children under the age of 15 falsely confessed to crimes they did not commit. Young black children face unique vulnerabilities in the legal system. They are often adultified by law enforcement, face higher rates of aggressive interrogation tactics, and are easily manipulated into signing false confessions under pressure. Do you hear that, family? This is what's going on with the children. These wicked ass police even do this to the children. Lying on babies. How wicked can you be? I will not leave this narrative for a minute. I'm not leaving this narrative for a minute. This shit right here, man. This is slavery. Nigga, this is slavery right here. This is slavery at its finest. We're not getting off of this. This is showing you what is happening all over this country, and then they're gonna come here and act like we should accept some shit that they talking about with Carmelo Anthony, Cyrus, Carmack Belton, Cohen Wally, any of our people. Any of our people. We do not believe nothing that these line as law, police, judges, prosecutors, self-defense, witnesses, jury, the bailiff, the motherfucker who locked the door to the goddamn county building, the motherfucker who cut the grass at the county building, motherfucker plant flowers at the county building. I wouldn't give a fuck who it is. Liars, falsified liars. You see what I'm saying? Crooked, diabolical liars that will throw a case on you, goddamn it, in a minute. All over the country. All over the country. And so we're going to stay on top of it over here. We not coming up off of here. We got a right, and we should most definitely stand up for Carmelo Anthony, Cyrus, Carmack Belton, Cohen Wiley. We got to stay on all. We got a sister that was hung the other day. I did the video on it. Watch it. Watch it, and we gonna stay on that. We not letting that one ride neither. We not letting that one ride neither. We on top of that. We gonna get some answers to what's going on around here. You feel what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all, man. Make sure y'all click that link down in the video description. We not done. We just getting started. So if you got time and you want to hear some history, or you want to look at some facts about blackness, then this is the place to be. I'll see y'all in a minute. Black Power.